shorter week. So enjoy the good start to the new year.
We are going to enjoy a better start to today's show. We are going to be joined by Ashmy Arackal. Now, she is an operations manager currently managing the claims team and customer happiness center at InsuranceMarket.ae. She has an industry experience of over 8+ years, including advising high net worth clients on motor claims. Ashmy is currently pursuing her CII and also holds an engineering degree. And today, I think she's the hero in our studios, Neil. Only reason is because she drove herself all the way from Ajman to our studios. I mean, kudos to you, Yashvi, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How was your drive?
It was challenging, but slowly but surely the fog did clear up. I think most of our listeners can also vouch for me that the drive has been quite challenging this morning.
Amazing. So today, what are we talking about, Ashmi?
So I would like to talk about motor insurance in general and how, if anyone is unfortunate to have an incident, how the claims process also work.
Now, motor insurance, while it's a mandate in this part of the world that, you have a car, you have to get your insurance done. A lot of us, and I say use this term, a lot of us, don't really know the complete ambit of it on what is right, what is wrong, what can I get covered, what doesn't get covered, and that little confusion leads to so many hassles once someone gets into an incident, because once you got into an incident, you're already hassled. This incident happened, now what do I do? Am I in fault? Am I not in fault? Irrespective of that, but there are insurances that are there to help you.
Correct.
So first thing first, you look at the car insurance, the most basic thing when you get into an insurance process, there are two types of insurances, right? The one is the comprehensive and the other one is third party.
Correct.
What is the classic difference between a comprehensive and a third party insurance?
Of course. So as you rightly said, there are two most popular types of insurance, which is the comprehensive cover, which covers your car and cars that are affected by you.
Okay.
And then there is the third party insurance, which covers other people who are affected by you.
Okay, so not yourself.
Not ourselves, yes.
Okay.
So if you're unfortunate to have an incident, I say incident because, in insurance terms, when you say an accident, most customers, it brings back those
Harsh memories.
Harsh
You're right.
memories. So
Correct.
I usually say incident. So if you are unfortunate to have an incident, and if you have a comprehensive insurance cover, if you're at fault, your car gets covered by your insurance company, and those who were affected by you, say it was another car or even if it was another person's property, that is covered by your insurance.
Okay.
But if you have only a third-party insurance cover and say, for example, you are the one responsible for the accident, your car unfortunately will not get covered. But others who are affected by you, they can claim on your insurance policy.
We in fact were just talking about an incident where this driver drove into a store and it made headlines yesterday or the day before yesterday. So in a situation like that, what is covered and what is not covered? And I personally feel it should not be covered by the insurance department, because you cannot cause a threat to so many people for your negligence.
That is actually an interesting question. So in that particular accident, when the driver lost control of the vehicle and drove into that store, now if that vehicle had comprehensive insurance, although that is a very unfortunate incident, his or her car actually gets covered. And also the damages caused to the shop is also covered on his or her insurance. But say, for example, if that vehicle had only third-party cover, the shop and all of the damages caused because of that accident gets covered on his or her policy, but the damages to that car is not covered.
Even if it's a total.
No, even if it's total, it unfortunately is not covered if you have only third-party insurance. So that is why it is always better to purchase comprehensive insurance. That way you are covered and you can make sure that other people are also covered.
Now, the reason why people generally buy a third-party insurance is because it's cheaper.
Correct.
I was about
Right?
to say that.
There's no classic differentiation apart from that, or any other motivation rather to buy a third party insurance, because your car is not covered, so you will end up paying for your damages yourself from your pocket, and then that could go to a few thousand dirhams. It's always better to be safe than worry,
Correct.
and a few hundred dirhams wouldn't really matter a lot.
Correct. So, say for example, in this situation that we described, if the vehicle has comprehensive insurance, you know, when the car goes to the workshop to get repaired, they can also, the policyholder can also avail for a replacement car benefit, which is generally found in comprehensive
Right.
insurance, but not in the third party insurance. So there are certain benefits that comprehensive insurance come with, and better coverage, which can assure you that even in the event of something as unfortunate as this, you always have that peace of mind that you will always have coverage. And that is why it is important to always get comprehensive insurance, because you never know, as we said earlier, even if the vehicle gets totaled, you get some kind of compensation regardless of the value of your vehicle.
Right. But Ashmi, as you progress your driving set skills, so to say so, right? I mean, I understand the first 3 years it's a mandate for you to take comprehensive. But after that, there is no mandate. I mean, you can opt for a third party insurance. Uh, and why is there such a huge fluctuation in prices? And this has been, I think, a point that even Neil has raised, which is why a lot of people opt for third party insurance. So when you have to advise people as to buying a comprehensive package for for their cars or for themselves, what is it that you pitch to them that they opt for a comprehensive
Correct.
in comparison to a third party?
So it is understood that those who have very good driving experience, they are confident that if I drive safely,
Nothing will happen.
nothing will happen. But say for example, your car is parked unattended, and unfortunately it catches on fire, or someone crashes into you and unfortunately does not leave a note. You don't
Right.
know who caused this damage.
Right.
Or your water is parked somewhere, and we have these
Rains
floods,
and whatever,
rains.
yeah.
What if the vehicle gets damaged in such an incident? You're not driving the vehicle, but you're still affected.
Right.
In that case, you're not covered.
This is an interesting point that you make over here. Very recently this happened with one of my cars. It was parked at a garage for servicing, and a school bus was reversing, and it on reversing it bumped into my driver's side door.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
It was reversing, so I was not there. The car was in service. My garage guy called me and says, "Sir, this happened. We can fix it." I said, "No, you're not going to fix it. Is the bus guy there?" He's like, "Yeah, he's there." I said, "So we'll call the cops, tell them to file a report,
Correct.
and go with the process. I don't want you to fix it." He's like, "No, no, it's only minor." I said, "Even if it's minor, right?" Now, when I saw, I said, "Send me the pictures." I saw that there were a couple of big dents, a couple of couple of scratches, and the paint was gone from one part of the front door. Only one part, one panel had, was affected. Now, there are two ways to look at it. One is there is a report now on my car that it was involved in a minor accident, right?
Right.
Now, if I hadn't done that, and if my garage guy would have fixed it, that report wouldn't have come on my car.
Correct.
Right? But because I reported it, the cops came in and found the bus driver faulty, and I sent my car to the insurance, and then they fixed it. In 5 days I'd got my car back with everything sorted. Does one think of it from that perspective, that I should not report it because it will be like a little mark on my car's report?
So that's a very good question. Most people, when the damage is minor, they do tend to have that. There is a tendency that okay, let me get this done myself
Right.
outside, maybe in mediation with whoever is involved in the incident. But what if the cost is not within your
Right.
budget? That's where if you have comprehensive insurance, it takes care of that.
True.
Now, to answer your question, if you're not at fault, even if you claim on your insurance, it doesn't really affect you when your insurance is up for renewal. Most
Okay.
people think that, okay, even if I'm not at fault, if I report this and if I get an insurance claim done, maybe my premium next year would increase. That is not entirely true.
Okay.
Because if you are not at fault, your insurance takes care of that
Right.
repair and then later recovers the cost from whoever was at fault in the accident.
Okay.
So that happens in the back end.
Right.
Now, say, for example, if you're unfortunate to have an incident where you were the one at
Mm-hmm.
fault, in that case, all you need to do is pay a fixed amount, which
Okay.
is already defined at the time of purchasing
Right.
the insurance.
The excess.
And exactly the excess, which is otherwise the deductible.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay your deductible. That is the only amount you pay at the time of making a claim, and the insurance takes care of the rest. Your cost, your repair cost, as well as the affected person's repair cost.
You know, this is perfect. We are talking about car insurances. We will continue our conversation in just a bit. If you have any questions for Ashmy, she's right here in our studios. Send them in on 0586861003, or else you can pick up the phone 800-81003.
Cricket enthusiasts, get ready for the DP World International League T20 Season 2. Witness 84 international stars and 24 UAE-based players compete in thrilling matches across Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Sharjah. That's not all. DP World International League T20 gives you another reason to celebrate this festive season. Enjoy buy one, get one free offers across all ticket categories. Don't miss out on the cricket action and buy your tickets now on Virgin Megastore or tickets.ilt20.ae.
9:13 on the clock. A very, very good morning to you. Right now, we are joined by Ashmy Arackal. She is an operations manager, currently managing the claims team and a customer happiness center at InsuranceMarket.ae. And we're talking to her about all things car insurances. Now, something that I had in mind, Ashmy, was with cars, right? So different cars. So does it mean higher the brand or better the brand, different type of insurances are levied?
So all types of vehicles can avail comprehensive insurance and third-party insurance. Obviously, the price you pay, that is your premium, it does change based on the value of the car. So more expensive vehicles, you will be charged a more higher premium. And for third-party insurance, it is a lot more cheaper because your car is not covered.
And what documents are required to apply now for the motor claim?
So to apply for a motor claim, what you need to do first is you need to have a police report, which you can apply for by either using the app. In Dubai, there's a Dubai Police app, which is fairly easy to use. Or if you find that slightly difficult to navigate, you can always call 901 and they will help you with the police report in about 24 hours. Apart from the police report, what is needed is the driving license of the person who was driving the car at the time of the incident, and your vehicle's registration card copy, which is the Mulkiya.
Now, with all of these things that we're talking about, generally a process while, two cars have come into an incident is known, understood, and it's fairly simple. Two people come, generally whenever an incident happens, they'll first come and ask, are you all right? Are you all right? And then they'll call the cops, and the cops come in and they take care of the rest. But in an incident where your car is parked in your building garage, right? You come in the morning and you see there's a big scratch on the side.
Yes.
You don't know who did it. There's no way to find out who did it. Was it a mischievous child who, you shouted once in the elevator and he knows your car and has probably done that, or the car that was parked next to you?
Right.
What does one do in that situation?
So that's a good question. Most of the people, at least once in their life, would have been in a similar situation where they find a scratch and they don't remember ever seeing that scratch when they last parked it. So in such situations, when you don't know who caused that damage to your vehicle, what you can do is there is a facility to report an accident against an unknown party.
Oh, okay.
That is possible, and that police report will have your vehicle's details on it. And if you have comprehensive insurance, you can claim for it on your insurance policy. And because for the insurance your insurance policy, and because for the insurance company, this damage is going to be absorbed by them, right? This cost is going to be absorbed by them. So therefore, you would still be charged your policy excess, which is the deductible.
Okay.
So if you have comprehensive insurance in such situations where you don't know who is at fault and you just don't know who is that
Who's done it,
person
yeah.
who's done it, then there is a provision, and that is exactly why comprehensive insurance is.
One thing now, in a situation, I'm thinking a little more creative here, and this could happen.
Okay.
With so many people now on the streets riding those e-scooters or bicycles. Okay, if they come in and bump into your car, okay, they don't have a license, which means they don't have an insurance, right? Or rather, they don't have a motor vehicle.
Permit they require, no?
Permit they require. They don't require an
Nice.
insurance, right?
Yeah.
They don't require an insurance. So if they don't have an insurance on their scooter or bicycle, they come in and bump into your car. Who is at fault? And how does insurance play a role in this? Then am I at fault if I report an accident or incident like that?
So this is basically when you have an incident with someone who necessarily does not have insurance, right?
Right, exactly.
They may not have insurance. So like maybe if you want to insure your bike or your scooter, that is possible. But
Okay.
say, worst case scenario, you happen to have an incident with someone who's not insured and they are at fault.
Right.
So in such situations, you would still need to contact the police, who will help you establish liability
Okay.
to determine who is at fault, because again, it can be one person's word against
True.
another, right? So the police would actually help you negotiate the repair.
Okay.
So generally it is dealt outside of insurance.
Okay.
But in case if you are unable to come to an agreement on who is at fault, who's not at fault, then the police would actually help you to deal with the liability bit outside of insurance. Sometimes it is taken to court. You wait for a court verdict, and then the
Fair.
court verdict would say that this is how much you should be paying the affected party, and then a report is issued. So in this particular situation, it usually takes a little longer,
Right.
which in my experience have discouraged customers from going through that path. So I find most of the people I've had this similar situation with, they would choose to settle it privately.
Makes sense.
And if the damage is not too much, they would actually just try to claim it off as an unknown damage on their own insurance, which is generally not something that we would encourage, but I've seen people do
that.
this. Yes.
Which is understandable, because it's a very it's a gray area, right? Because you know what happens if there are two cars in a collision or whatever. But in an incident like this, you know that the bicycle rider will not have insurance on his bicycle, right? But if there is an incident, you definitely want to get an assurance that, hey, at least the repairs are taken care of. Now, while all of this is still happening, and we are still trying to understand motor insurance in detail, are there aspects in which the insurance claim could be denied and said, listen, no, this cannot happen? Does it ever happen like that? Because like in say health insurance and all, there are some things which are not covered. They'll say, no, this cannot be done, this cannot be done, that cannot be done. Consumables are not covered. This happens a lot with medical insurance, especially in India. So, boss, you paid 10 lakh rupees ka bill. They will say you can only claim 3 lakh
Claim,
rupees.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. So does something like this happen in motor insurance?
So there are any motor insurance policy, when it comes with certain coverages, it also comes with exclusions. So say, for example, a very simple example I can give you
Sure.
is you find there is some issue with your vehicle. Say, for example, there is something wrong with your engine. Now, this could be because of poor maintenance of the vehicle. And if you try to claim for it against your policy, it's quite likely that claim will get denied, because it's not because of an accident. It didn't happen now. It's because of how you've maintained the vehicle, and
Right.
it's considered as wear and tear, which can be denied.
Okay.
Now, say, for example, you have a front-on collision with another car, and you are trying to claim for damages to the back of your car.
Okay.
So
Fair.
in that case,
Which is
it can
understandable.
which can be denied. So there are other situations where, say, for example, and this is something that I've actually experienced this with some of my previous customers, where in the event of an accident where you're at fault, you're found with driving under the influence of some substance.
Right.
And in that case, unfortunately, the claim gets denied.
Completely denied.
Completely denied.
Fair point.
And say, for example, you're driving, with basically you're driving with some,
Distractions
you
or
don't
whatever.
have, you forgot to renew your insurance policy. In that situation, again, even if it's for a day, and say your insurance expired yesterday and you had the incident today, that can also cause your claim to get denied, even irrespective of how much of a good track record you've had.
This is a very interesting turn to all the events that you've just mentioned. We will get through that. We will also ask you about, is a replacement car now included with insurances? Do we really need to pay an extra at the time of claim? What is the purpose of excess, and what's a no claim bonus? And we want all these answers from you, and we're going to squeeze you down in the next 7 odd minutes, but we'll get chatty with Ashima. If you have any questions for us, send them in 0586861003.
Talk 100.3. The Journal on Daybreak. The latest share market, stock market news and updates on Talk 100.3.
All right, let's have a look at the crypto market first. The crypto market, Bitcoin is trading at 43,223, Ethereum trading at 2,393, Cardano is trading at 0.6538 and XRP trading at 0.6512.
The U.S. stock markets at close, Dow Jones up 0.30%, traded at 37,656.52. S&P 500 seeing an upward gain, 4,781.58. Nasdaq traded at 15,099.18. Russell seeing an upward gain, 0.34%, traded at 2,066.21. Wix seeing a bit of a fall today at 12.43. And the gold and forex rates are Indian rupee 22.61, Pakistani rupee 76.72, Bangladeshi taka 29.68, Sri Lankan rupee 88.04, Nepalese rupee 36.10, Egyptian pound 8.40, Philippines peso 15.06, UAE gold rates 24 karat gold at 250.50, 22 karat gold at 232, 21 karat gold at 224.75, 18 karat gold at 192.50.
Talk 100.3 Traffic.
ट्रैफिक का हाल if you're in Abu Dhabi, slow moving traffic on E10 going towards the corner road. इसके अलावा ज़्यादा traffic Abu Dhabi में नहीं है, but if you are in Sharjah coming towards Dubai, there is a lot of traffic on 311. We'll start with the city centre Al Zahia coming all the way till Muesna. There is a certain amount of traffic that will delay you by about 7 to 8 minutes approaching city centre Murdiff. The traffic weans out after Muesna. On E11 there is traffic that is starting in from just ahead of Al Khan going all the way towards Al Mullah Plaza. Apart from that, a little bit of traffic on the Alavi Road near 611. इसके अलावा, if you're stuck in traffic someplace else, please let us know on 800-81003.
Talk 100.3.
9:25 on the clock. A very, very good morning to you. We're joined by Ashmy Arackal, Operations Manager at the Claim Teams and Custom Happiness Center at InsuranceMarket.ae. And we're talking to her about all things car insurance. Right now, Ashmy, I want to understand, what's a no-claim bonus?
So a no claims bonus is basically a before I talk about no claims bonus, I'd like to talk about claims. So if you do not make any claim on your insurance policy for an entire period, like for an entire year, you've had the policy, then what happens is when it's time to renew your policy, your insurance is happy to give you a small discount, which is the no claims bonus. So if you don't make a claim, then you get a small bonus, which is the no claims bonus, and it helps you in a little way when you renew that insurance policy.
Wait.
It's a small discount.
That's
2
nice.
years, 2021, 2022, 2 years, zero claim on my car, and I haven't received no claim bonus.
So how does this work? How does it work? I mean, like he's saying he's not received. How?
So can
do
I
approach?
can I call my insurance guys and say, why haven't you given me a no claim bonus? or should I just transfer it to InsuranceMarket.ae?
Better idea.
That is a better idea. So it is something that you are eligible for, and if you have a question regarding your no claims bonus, it is definitely a conversation you need to have with your insurance company or your insurance broker. We at InsuranceMarket.ae, we do help our customers with this if that is a conversation that needs to be had. But yes, that is something that you're definitely eligible for. It is not an exponentially high amount,
Fair.
but it does make a difference.
Even if it's a
Right.
50 dirhams discount, it's still a 50 dirhams discount, right? I mean, you can have one good breakfast or two good breakfast once you save.
One. Good breakfast bola to one.
One.
50. Not even one.
You go downstairs, you'll have one good plate of idli with sambar and some some chai and coffee in like 20 dirhams, yeah. So two good breakfast plus 10 dirhams you'll save. So
Okay,
two
I was
breakfast.
thinking on another level.
She's
but
thinking avocado on toast.
Okay, Ashmi, but this has always been a question for me in terms of age, right? So, as per your age, does your insurance value change?
You mean the premium that you end
Yes,
up
the
getting
premium,
charged?
obviously,
So
yes.
when you are a new driver, it is understood that you are inexperienced, and therefore your insurance tends to be slightly higher. But as you drive and as you have experience, the older you get, generally you are considered as someone who is more experienced, and therefore the insurance premium can come down. But again, those who are below 25 years of age, it is considered more riskier for the insurance company, because the expectation is that, okay, maybe there can be a claim.
Right.
So yes, the risk profile is higher when you are younger for the insurance company.
When you say a new driver, what is the category of age, or rather age as in like from the time they have got the license? What is the time frame which considers them as a new driver?
A year after the driving license is issued for the first time
Okay.
is considered as basically a new driver.
New driver.
Yes.
After a year, then you're not a new driver anymore. No, I mean, it's a genuine question, because because in the insurance forms also that you fill, they ask you, when did you get your license?
Correct.
Right. So I in the back of the mind, that this is to understand that what is your driving age, how long have you been driving for. So that definitely matters, because lesser the experience on the road, higher chances of incidents. But when a driver is not at fault, right, or rather, sorry, when the driver is at fault, does the excess amount change after every claim or every year of the claim, or does it stay the same if you're continuing with the same policy?
So that's a good question. So your policy excess, as I said earlier, it's a fixed amount, and you get charged that amount if you make
Right.
a claim and you're at fault. Now, if your insurance policy says that your policy excess is 250, that's what you pay, right?
Right.
Now, if you are less than 25 years of age and at fault, apart from this basic excess, you are also charged an additional young driver excess
Okay.
for that particular claim. So if you're less than 25 years of age, you are charged 10% additional for whatever is the total repair cost
Okay.
for your claim, apart from that excess. And your excess it does not remain the same as the years go by. It on the value of the vehicle as well.
For someone who owns a car, giving the car to a family member to drive, do we need to get more insurances, or do we need to add those names on the insurance of the car, or it's okay for anyone in the family to drive the same car with the same insurance?
So in UAE, the insurance is purchased for the vehicle. It is registered. It can be registered to, say, for example, it can be registered to your name, but your family members, as long as they have a valid UAE driving
Right.
license, they can drive your car. It's not mandatory that you have to add add drivers
name's
onto
name.
the policy. Anybody who has a valid driving license, even if it is not your relative,
Okay.
they can still drive your car, provided they have a valid UAE driving license.
Perfect. We've reached the end of our conversation, Ashmi. But before you leave, this question: is a replacement car included with insurance?
It is. If you have comprehensive insurance, it is included. Some insurance policies, it is an add-on cover. So if you have, if you need a replacement car option on your policy, do have a conversation with your insurance company or your broker, and they can add that coverage onto your policy for a small additional premium.
This is amazing. And how can people get in touch with you, Ashmi?
800 Alfred,
There you go. 800 Alfred.
24/7.
But then see, we will not let you go till you actually say the InsuranceMarket.ae the way it's supposed
The
to
way
be
it's
said.
supposed to say.
Go ahead, come on. I mean, I'm sure that everyone in your organization says it including Avinash.
I guess InsuranceMarket.ae.
There you go. Well done.
Well, thank you so very much, Ashmy,
Thank
for
you so much for having me.
taking time out, coming to our studios, and pleasure to have you now.